Welcome to Let's Play World of Warcraft. This is Heroic Gundrak, and this is your host, Particleman. We're going to be taking you through here pretty quick. I believe we got the run done in a little bit under 12 minutes, maybe right at 12:30, something like that. Um, we got our crew here today that our four-person base that we always use, which is me, Particleman, the Sidekick, Vashan, and Socromon / Awesome Dude, which is his alt, and we picked up a rogue named Moonera that was really good, and because we want to try to get through here as quick as we could to make this video. So the first three mobs or first three pulls right here, I pulled two together, and so it looked really sloppy. I hope you almost didn't even see that. Usually you only pull them one at a time, and it's very easy, but we tried to pull a little bit too much just to get it done quicker. The first boss, what you need to know is this guy can be a really big pain. So he starts summoning snakes, and as they come in, more and more will start to get around you. And if too many of them get around you, they'll start a snake wrap, and it pretty much makes you unable to do anything for like 10 seconds. And it's really annoying if you're a healer. Also, he does that ability, which you just saw, which was the Poison Nova. So I always try to tank him near a wall. So when he starts casting that, it's like a 15-yard radius AoE. So you can go and dive behind the wall, and it'll block it from hitting you. Because not only does it do a lot of damage up front, but it also does damage over time afterwards, and it can be really nasty, especially if it's a new group or if everybody's not very geared. It can be almost impossible to do. So I actually, right where we're standing right now, you can bring the boss out to here. And it's a very good idea if you're a new group to come out here to where I'm standing and pull him to here. And then whenever he does that, you can duck behind these little columns right there. And that's another really good strategy. And the snakes that he summons, they also have to run longer to get to you. So you can kill them before they even start to get around you to wrap you up. So that's another little strategy you might want to use to make the first boss a little bit easier if you're having trouble healing through it or getting them down in time. These next couple pulls, there's a troll here that heals, and it's probably good that you get him down first. And I think one of them also has a Fire Nova, so kind of keep that in mind. They can do a lot of damage pretty quick if you pull two groups at the same time. And you got some more of these snake guys. It's just the same as you've had before. They don't really pose much of a threat. I don't even think any of them do anything really like out of the ordinary. The next pool is where it's really easy to wipe. You got these two big golems, and then you got all these little elemental guys that have this purple goo. I don't know what it is, or I can't remember what it's called. But pretty much, if you stand in it, you take damage over time. So if you got a lot of melee, then you got a lot of people taking damage over time. Plus, these dudes use Shockwave, which stuns the tank anyway, and that cone radius for like 2 or 3 seconds. So this can be a really bad spot. Even with a good group, that can be kind of nasty. So just keep in mind, you should probably pull these less, than we do. But we had a solid group here, so that's why we pulled so many. But normally you want to pull as few as you can at a time. Now, this boss, he has multiple phases he goes into. This first one, you're just fighting him as a golem, and pretty much it's just tank and spank. Now, as soon as he hits 50%, he'll start spewing out, see, right here, to a water or some kind of poisonous elemental. And basically what you need to do is you need to have some kind of taunt ready immediately, because as soon as he is activated, he will just go and start hitting people. He has no aggro except for the aggro that you get on him. He doesn't. None of it carries over from this form to the next form. So always have some kind of taunt ready, because if you don't, he can go and like two-shot your healer. And then as soon as this guy goes down all the way, then he spews that out again. He has an ability called merge or not merge, but rush or something like that. And he'll pick your healer or somebody standing real far away, and he's going to do surge. He'll just go and just ram them. So be aware of that. You need to be able to get him back, because I think he drops a little bit of aggro after that. So be ready. You gotta have a lot of taunts ready. I save Avenging Shield and my single pull taunt for each phase, so I know that I can have something that can do damage. And the good thing is, if you're a paladin, if you use your single taunt ability right as soon as he splits in half. He won't have aggro on anybody, so you'll get that free 1500 to 3000 point taunt damage. So I just spam that so that I hit him before he actually targets me, because then it doesn't do any damage, or it does like 60. Now this is just a little 3 troll fight here. I think one's a healer, one does like magic damage, and one actually has kind of a bad debuff where every spell he casts draws it from whoever he puts the debuffs on mana pool. But I mean, he's gonna be dead so quick it doesn't really matter. Just so you know, if maybe you kill him last and you're wondering why you're losing all your mana. These guys will actually beat the crap out of each other, and you can pull them when they're really low on health. So if you just want to wait, you could do that, but it's almost not worth it because they're not really that difficult anyway. And then this boss is one of the toughest achievements to get. We still have not got it. I've tried it multiple times, and we've got it down to the last quarter of a second, and it hasn't worked. Pretty much what he's going to do is you're going to see him start to transform into like a mastodon. If you can stop him from doing that the whole fight, you get an achievement. It's called Less Robbie, or Less Rabby, or whatever. Really difficult. I don't know. Still haven't got it. With a shaman, I'm sure it's easier with heroism and their shocks, but either way, this last one is almost instantaneous. We didn't really try it here, but we just kind of halfway tried it. He also has like a stomp that knocks everybody over, and you take some bleed damage, but really, he's just tank and spank. There's not a whole lot to it. I mean, it's just really easy all around. Even in Mastodon form, he didn't even do that much. See, he was just in it for just a second. It gets my nerves. Now, these guys aren't really tricky. They're just really annoying. If you had a lot of clothies in your group, they can get pretty nasty. Because what they'll do is I run in here and I pull some of these guys, which we pull about 4, I think, just to kind of speed it up. But what they'll do is randomly at like 60% health, they'll just jump and dive bomb just some other random person in your group. I'm not even sure if there's any way that they're any specific target they go to. They just jump to a random person and just start attacking them. And I'm pretty sure you lose all your aggro on them. So you always got to have a taunt ready to pull them back or stun them, or just know that your DPS can kill them quick enough you don't have to worry about it, which is what I like to do. That's why I bring good people with me. But yeah, they can jump to a healer, and they can, if 2 of them jump to your priest, or if you have a cloth healer, you can get pretty bad pretty quickly. Now this boss is going to do the exact same thing as they do. He's just a bigger version. His name's Ek. If you want an achievement with him, you can actually, he does this breath spray. You'll just want to stand in it, and then if you fight the last boss with that on, you'll get an achievement called like What the Ek. Now he also does the same thing that these little mobs before him did, where he will just spring over right here, X spring. Okay, thanks for not doing it when I said it. But he'll just go and change aggro to someone else. So just have your taunt ready for when he does that. Don't use it just for random reasons if you ever do stuff like that, because you always need it to pull him back on you, because he'll just keep on attacking him if you don't taunt him back. Alright, looks like we're done with this video, so please come back for part 2 and check out the final boss and Heroic Gundrak. Thanks for watching.